Elon Musk says Tesla robots will sell for $20,000. If this robot really works, it's worth $500,000, maybe more. Today, I'll show you how Tesla investors could easily 40x their money. Tesla isn't just building cars anymore. Their newest project is a humanoid robot called Optimus. Elon Musk says it will handle boring or dangerous tasks like lifting boxes, cleaning, or even helping in factories. And he claims Tesla can mass produce it for around $20,000. If true, that's cheaper than most cars, and it would change the world. But think about it. If Optimus can really fold laundry, unload trucks, and do other tasks, it could essentially do the work of a $50,000 a year employee. Selling it for $20,000 makes no sense. That's like selling a money printing machine for pennies on the dollar. The truth is, if Optimus works as advertised, it's not just a robot, it's a replacement for human labor at scale. Think about it this way. One robot can replace a $50,000 a year worker. 10 robots could run a small warehouse. 1,000 robots could operate an entire factory with no lunch breaks, sick days, or overtime. Well, other than charging. Now, scale that up to 50 million robots. That's the same productivity as the combined workforce of Germany, Japan, and the United Kingdom. In other words, Tesla could essentially create the labor equivalent of entire nations. Let's do the math. One Optimus robot replaces a worker earning $50,000 a year. Over a 10-year lifespan, that's $500,000 in savings per employee. And that's just for a single employee. Now imagine Tesla producing millions of units. I'm talking 50 million robots globally. Suddenly, you're talking about a workforce equivalent of multiple nations generating trillions in value. This isn't science fiction anymore. The future we saw in iRobot is here. Or in Terminator. Either way, it's the kind of productivity leap that could completely reshape industries. But here's where it gets crazy. Let's value one robot using a simple model. A typical worker costs $50,000 a year. If a robot can replace that worker indefinitely, we can treat it like a perpetuity. Basically, a cash flow that keeps coming forever. Using a 10% required rate of return, the formula is $50,000 divided by 10%. That's $500,000. So each robot isn't worth $20,000, it's worth $500,000 just based on the labor it replaces. And that's a conservative estimate. We're ignoring productivity gains, improvements over time, and additional tasks these robots could handle. Multiply that by millions of robots, and we're talking trillions in economic value. A literal national replacement of labor. I'm curious, if you had your own Tesla robot, what task would you have it do first? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to see the wildest, smartest, craziest things you guys can come up with. Now, I don't think Tesla will sell these robots right away. The big debate is how long it will take Elon to complete the robot. By my calculations, though, he has time. Let's say it takes 10 years before mass production is possible. With a 3% annual inflation rate, that $500,000 robot would cost roughly $670,000 by then. If Tesla sells just 10 million robots, that's $6.7 trillion in revenue. At a 30% profit margin, we're looking at $2 trillion in profit. This is highly achievable given Tesla's scale and experience, especially after 10 years of innovation. And that's likely conservative. They'll figure out volume manufacturing, so the cost per robot could be lower, increasing margins even more. Now, apply a 30 times profit multiple, common for high-tech growth companies, and you get a $60 trillion valuation. That is 40 times your money in 10 years if these assumptions hold true. I didn't even think it was going to be this much when I was writing this script. I was not prepared for just how profitable these robots could be. If that blew your mind like it did mine, hit that like button. It helps me keep making videos finding generational wealth opportunities like this. When we discount that to today's dollars at a 15% required rate of return, Tesla is still worth 10 times more than it is today. Simply put, if Optimus works as promised anytime within the next 10 years, Tesla will make you generational wealth returns. Of course, this isn't destined to happen. Building a humanoid robot that can safely and reliably perform complex tasks is incredibly difficult. ChatGPT already does hallucinations now. Imagine your humanoid robot having hallucinations. Tesla may face technical hurdles that delay or limit what Optimus can actually do. Even if the robots work as intended, though, deploying millions of them worldwide will encounter regulatory, legal, and social challenges. Labor laws, safety standards, and public perception could slow adoption. Tesla also faces competition from other companies racing to develop similar technology. This could eat into their advantage and pricing power. Finally, while scaling production over the next decade is challenging, I think that Tesla's experience and innovation make it clear they can overcome these hurdles. Despite these risks, the potential upside remains way too large to ignore. In short, if Optimus works as promised, Tesla will transform from an electric car company into a literal labor replacement powerhouse with insane upside for any investor willing to buy in today. One robot can replace a $50,000 a year worker, and millions of robots could rival the productivity of entire nations. A 40,000% return on your money over 10 years is impossible to ignore. Of course, there are risks, but the upside is unlike anything we've ever seen in tech. Like the video if you got any value out of this. Also, join me on Discord if you like to talk about stocks or tech. I'd love to chat with you. Thanks. Bye.